banks which are not the KfW development bank need sound business models, need guarantees in order to give loans. And therefore, I would like to hear from you, which ideas do you have as the commissioners, as CEOs of these agencies for smart cities, to really development sound business models which attract German investors, German Mittelstand companies which are really having leading edge technologies for smart cities?
As you mentioned, there are certain areas in which we cannot develop sound business model because people are not willing to pay more than a certain limit. So especially 24/7 water supply. When we are talking, it's a very good model as far as service is concerned, because we'll be saving on total consumption of water. If 24/7 water supply is there, people will not be collecting and hoarding water in their tanks because they are very assured of water supply. But there's a limit to which we can increase the charges. As of now, in Kochi, water charges are there. It's not free. It's not supplied for free, but it's not very high. Like 300 rupees per month, average water bill is coming. Not even 300, it's 220 something. It comes. So it's not to that level. And we can, during our consultation for Smart Cities project, people were more than willing. They were saying that, yes, we are willing to pay if you improve the services. We are willing to pay. But to what extent? We cannot make it 2,000 rupees like electricity bill. Because there's an understanding in India that these are the services which corporation, city administration should provide.
When it comes to Smart Cities initiative, I would like to mention that what we are trying to do, as it has come up in the presentation with KfW, that the entire project is partially being funded. Almost 1/10 is actually being funded by Government of India, 1/10 by Government of the state, the provincial government, and rest of the money has to be generated internally by the city itself. Maybe the city needs to actually come up with some ideas so that they are implementable, and at the same time, whether it is trying to increase the tariffs, or wherever there are non-fair revenues, or wherever there can be developmental rights which can be brought about. Like in case of Indo, what we are trying to do is we are coming up with transferable development rights. Transferable development TDR rights generate good amount of money from the citizens, and what you have seen is that wherever we are trying to develop that particular place, ultimately the citizen has to pay for the development because the area is getting developed. So that money will be used elsewhere for the development, overall development of the city. So there are different models which are actually being evolved. So this is the best time, I would say, whether it is water supply, sanitation, drinking, or the mobility related issues, this is the best time wherein several initiatives are being converged into trying to find metropolitan solutions. This is the best time, I would say.
But anyway, they are looking for profit. That's, normal, that's their business. So if you want to get a private operator or investor on board, what you need to offer is comfort that the risks that they themselves cannot really control, and that may be, for example, tariff revenues, or that may be land availability, or these things that are more public things, that they are secured against these risks. And if there is still a and that depends on the type of project, if there's a shortcoming in the return, sanitation may be less profitable than water supply in a dense urban area. So you have to look at the project, do the financials, and in some cases you may be able to do that without a subsidy, but just with a guarantee that the income will be there for the private investor. In some cases you may have to do some subsidizing because the project is not profitable.